1, 2 o'clock. And then you've got the rest of the day to chill out. I sort of found it hard to unwind. The adrenaline's going, and like, you can't sleep.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Are you still training, Peter?
No.
Clearly not. That's quite obvious, isn't it?
Nothing at all.
No. Since I sort of decided to retire in September, I actually played for a few months till December, but I decided I was going to stop in September. And then when you go to my gym, you sort of have to go upstairs for the gym and sort of down the corridor for the steam and sauna. I haven't made it up to the gym. So you look at the stairs and I'm like, but having said that, I'm sort of now at a point where I want to keep to a level if I'm going to play a few leagues and exhibitions and stuff. So I needed some time to have off. So I did a lot of rehab for my knee and training and things that I didn't want to do. So now I wanted to have a complete rest and now do things that I enjoy.
Anyone else?
What's your new job in England squash?
Yeah, what's that?
Good question.
Seen him in Costa a fair bit,
I basically, after sort of myself, Nick, James, Darryl, there's sort of a bit of a gulf. So there's a bit of a gulf. So my job, I guess, is to close that gap, to sort of get the strength in depth again. I guess I was a physical player, so I think I've been sort of kind of brought into trying to encourage that side of the game. It is a physical game. I mean, it is, don't get me wrong, it's a technical game as well. But I think the one thing that I've been lacking for many years is sort of we've neglected the physical aspect. So I've been, I guess, entrusted with a few players to try and get them up to speed a little bit quicker. Hopefully, give them some pearls of wisdom along the way. So Darryl and I were, good match players. I mean, he's still playing, so he's still a good match player. But we trained hard and we played hard and we never gave an inch. And I think if they could take something from that, I think they'll stand in good stead. So just advising them, with training and what to do on court, off court, and yeah, it's not sort of 8-10 days a month, so it's sort of a part-time role, but it kind of suits me.
Anyone else?
How many hours a day did you train? How many days a week through your career?
In the old days, I used to train twice a day, probably 5 days, 5.5 days a week. So that would entail most of the time one court session of some sort, whether it's with, never really had a coach, but with other players doing drills, routines, condition games, etc. Practice matches, whatever you want to work on court. Solo, not so much for me, but a lot of the guys do a lot of solo practice. And then gym sessions, just the beauty of squash is that you can do all sorts of training really for it, because it covers so many bases. In more recent times, I think it's changed from that sort of long, drawn out, 1500 metre type aerobic fitness to like a lot more dynamic, powerful, quick stuff. So plyometrics has come into it, I think, a lot more in the last 5 years, especially where the Egyptians play. Plyometrics, jumping, power stuff.
What we do.
What your legs are built for, basically. But yeah, that used to be it. That in the old days, that was good old days. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, it was pretty similar to that. I used to swim before breakfast, and then gym, and then play in the afternoon. So it was kind of like for the first few years of playing, like turning professional, I was training 3 times a day, and then sort of mid-20s. It was twice a day, and then the early morning started to kill me. And then the last couple of years, sort of once a day to be honest. So just with like trying to look after the injuries and body and just couldn't push it as hard. But I agree with that. I mean, the game's got a lot faster, so you need to work on that. But at the same time, if you haven't got sort of the endurance oxygen deck, and you can't operate oxygen deck, useless.
Fact.
So no, it's no good. It's no good being like massively powerful, but then after 20 minutes hitting a brick wall. So that's what I've noticed looking at the players and stuff like what they've been doing. And the sports science is really good, but I think there's like so much emphasis on power that the endurance side is neglected, and that's something we've always been very good at. So I think it's, at the end of the day, it's still an agility-based sport and an endurance-based sport with power. So yeah, that's my pitch for the squad.